Welcome you back on BRM topic. So in the last class we created the process ID, we have created the rule ID and the BRF, we created the decision table, we have given the condition and we found the result, we simulated everything, it was working fine. So BRF decision table creation was completed. So now you can see the values that I have copied over here, all kind of like whatever we did on BRF. So everything is there on this screen. Okay, on the same screen, even you can see this is another screen where you can see we have put the mapping. You can see this is we had done on the BRF. So this is what I just put everything on the sheet, so that right now we are going to do some few configuration on SPRO. Then we'll do those initiator mapping, whatever the rule ID we created on BRF, we are going to map that initiator rule ID on Msmp, and we'll show some few further steps. So just please be with me. So let me go to the system. So you can see over here, this is we are same SPRO screen. Okay, so we'll come to role management, then we'll navigate to assign condition group BRF plus functions. Okay, we did in the last class. Okay, we put all these values and we generated. So then coming back here, so we'll put the mapping condition group BRF plus application name, BRF plus function name. So here let me put the new entries. Okay, so before that I put everything on this sheet, so I need to only just copy and put these values on this section. So what is the BRF plus application name? This is the BRF application name. Then you can take this BRF function name, then you have to take the methodology. I took the methodology. Then take this same BRF application name. What is the application name created on the Msmp, and this should be the your BRF function name. Okay, here you can go ahead and save this one, and it will ask the tier. You just put the things on the tier. So that's all. This is done. Then you can go to the next configuration, that is define methodology, process and steps. Here you will click this one, and you can see it is already active default methodology. Okay, so this is already done. So I believe you can put something what you wanted to maintain on the role methodology. This is a sequence. You can even swipe if you don't want to need any one step, even you can delete or disable that. So I'll show that thing in another video, so it would be better to understand. So here you can see we have maintained these things. Then we'll go back here, and you can see any other things to maintain. You can see maintenance and condition group. It's a mapping is required. So what we do over here, so let's put the condition, and this is the mapping. Let us do it. Okay, condition group and methodology. Okay, so this is the SAP R3 we have maintained on BRF plus. Basically you can maintain this over here. And what is the methodology? One is the default. You can say this is the default methodology. Okay, So basically it is on SPRO. I'll show on the video, even you can watch the video. So basically this you will understand from where this 001 has been coming off, and just save it. So you will get the tier, put the things and this tier, then this is done. Then now let's map on Msmp. So I'll go back to Msmp screen. We have to go to the workflow for access control. So here we'll go to maintain Msmp workflow. System is a bit slow. So before in between, let me show the so let me explain you meantime what we done so far. So we set up the BRF flaws. So what we did on BRF flaws, we created the application. Okay, then we created the function. So function is generated automatically. Okay, then we created the decision table. Okay, under the decision table we have put the condition, and we simulated the result value are coming true. So our BRF flaws is ready, and even on this, and at the same time we created one initiator rule for same initiator rule for BRM. Okay, sometimes it is not required, but in order to explain, or you can make the fully understanding, if you wanted to use initiator rule for BRM, even you can use initiator rule for BRM. Then let me show in the system. Okay, sometimes it is still taking time. So now this is ready. Okay, so somewhere we need to map all this rule ID. Okay, because on decision table that condition is written, but that is mapped on the rule ID, and that rule ID has to be mapped on Msmp. So let's see. Yes, right now Msmp screen has opened over here. So we discussed, or you will come to know where GRC access request process. This is the global ID, process ID. Okay, this is basically used for ARM, access request management. But we have another process ID. You can see the SAP GRC role approval. Okay, so basically this process ID is required for BRM purpose. So here you need to add the notification. Okay, this is not on the change section, so this is the purpose that we need to add the notification. Notification is used for the email triggering. Okay, so you can add the end of request. If the request will be completed, then you can put the template ID. So once roll owner would be approved, then it would be something like coming back to requester, whoever raised the requester. Basically security over here, the security person is going to raise the request, or GRC person is going to raise the request for role creation. You can add it. Then you can add one more notification event, so you can add the request submission. When the request would be submitted, it would be going for role owner approval. Okay, and you can keep who would be the recipient ID. Here you can say current approvers. He is going to receive the email once the request should be submitted. Then the current approvers is going to receive the email. So here I'm not selecting approver not found, but if you want to select, it's okay, but I'm not selecting over here. Then we'll go to directly maintain rules. So on maintain rules, you can see a routing rule, notification variable rule, agent rules are there, and initiator rule are there. Here we created the initiator rule and the BRF that is not maintained. You can see it is not maintained. So let me show you. We have created this initiator rule and BRF, and this is the rule ID. We are going to map this rule ID on this Msmp. Oh, there are two screens open, so let me close one screen. And this BRF, it is not RTL required. Okay, just let me minimize, no problem. So here let us add one, that rule ID. Okay, so what is the rule ID? We have to just take this and put it on the rule ID. Then you can give the what is the rule descriptions. You can take this rule description. Okay, and rule type, what is the rule type? You can take BRF plus flat rule, line item, and you can take this as initiator rule. Then save it here. Then this is saved. Then we will go back to maintain route mapping and maintain path. So let's save this, because if the system is going to slow or something happen, then our entry would be removed. So I just save it. And you wanted to create the transport, you can find, you can go ahead and put the tier. Okay, so I have this tier. Let me capture this object. So it is placed, objects are captured on this tier. Then go back to maintain the route mapping. Here you can see let us clean these things. Okay, let me clean this entry. Earlier it was there, so let me add the routing rule over here, routing mapping, not routing rule. Okay, so here we'll take the rule ID which was added on rule maintain rules on stage 2. I just added that rule ID over here. Then you can take the rule result. So what is the rule result we have? This is the result. Basically we have given the rule result is something like this on the BRF. Okay, so you can put this rule result. It may not let us search, anything is coming by default, so you may not get anything. So you can put this should be as your rule result and choose the path. So let us take the default path. then save it, then go back to maintain path. You can see default path is there. Okay, so here we'll clean this stage. So let's clean. So here default path is there, so let me add it. We don't need any other path. Okay, so let us add the stage over here. So here just let us select this path ID. Okay, then you can add the stage. Which stage, who is going to approve the workflow? So first stage you can put or make role owner as approver. Okay, so let us keep something and choose the role owner. Here you can directly mention Z BRM just a second. So here let us put G BRM manager. So here who would be the agent? Agent would be the role approver. There is no requirement of routing over here because just it's a role modification. So just you can save it, and over here you can do the modify of the task setting where you can mention approve by email, approve. You can forward allowed. If you wanted to just forward the workflow to someone, you can add this check mark. If you wanted to reject the workflow through email, you can put the check mark. Approve and reject, just give the both options. Confirm approval, put these sections, and you don't need to select the routing enabled. There is no escalation, no need to keep any escalation over. If you wanted to keep escalation, you will add one escalation, escalate to specified agent, and you have to give the whoever would be the specified agent who is going to get the notification. You can put the person so that they will get the notification if the workflow is not going to be approved so and so days, or if you keep to 48 hours. So if the workflow is not going to approve within 48 hours, then it would be escalated. It means that one email would be triggered to the respective escalation agent, and they will come to know this workflow is pending or approver has not approved. So this is what basically we maintain the escalation agent and the system. Then you just save it, and if you definitely wanted to create the message or add the notification, so you can attach and you can add the notification event if the role owner approved. So recipient ID, who is the recipient ID? You can put the requester who has raised the workflow, and you can mention this is approved. So you can mention here, then yeah, so here I added the notification event when the workflow is going to be approved, then notification would be triggered. Just a second. So here let us go back to again notification setting. We added the approved. If role owner is going to reject, even you can add a notification event. So you can select the reject as the notification event. If the workflow is going to be rejected, then who is going to get the notification? Requester. Okay, so I just selected the requester over here, and whatever the template we had created on AC61, it would be there. So you can pick what kind of template we can use. We can use this role approval rejected. So now you just save it. Now you can close. So now you can understand how we can add the maintain initiator rule. Then you can able to add the maintain path and a route mapping. So this is how you have to do on this Msmp. Then you can go ahead and generate the version, save it, and definitely you need to check the workflow, then definitely it will work. So all this maintain templates, variable templates is there. You can definitely use, you can go to AC61 and go to the respective template where you can just put the context what you wanted to write. And maintain agent, already you understood when we are going to add any agent. If you wanted to add any agent or approver, then you can add the approver over here. So this is what all about this mapping concept. So hope you enjoyed this video. So thank you very much for watching this session. We'll again meet in next videos. Till then, goodbye. Thank you.